Welcome to the Nightcap. It's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and it's June 1st, baby. It's Pride Month. Woo! We're gonna be celebrating all month long, but today we're talking about coming out. And it's one of the hardest things that an individual can do when they're addressing their loved ones about a reality that they're facing. So we're gonna get into that, but I'm gonna do it with the drink in hand. And I've got Dema here with a beautiful cocktail. What is this, babe?
So this is the Henny Island, and it's gonna be a little strong, tropical for the summer, for Pride. So, I got a little bit of everything
A little
inside
bit of
it,
everything, and you're gonna have to show me how to make it later.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, but we're gonna get into the conversation now, because I got people on the couch who are ready to share their stories. So let's get into it.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, kick back.
All right, we're gonna talk all about coming out now. Cheers to Pride Month, right?
Woo,
We
yeah.
got
Cheers.
friends here in the building.
Cheers.
We've got KB, we've got Micaiah, we've got DJ Twerksome, and we've got Travis. So what are your sexual orientations?
I'm lesbian.
I'm bisexual.
The whole city know.
Trans man. I'm gay.
And you're gay. All right, so coming out can be scary, right? I feel like that is one of the hardest things to do when you're part of the queer community, is recognizing who you are as a person and then admitting that to others and hoping that they accept you as you are.
Correct.
So what was it like for you, Travis?
So mine was funny because my parents came out to me without me coming out to them. Yeah, like so basically, so I was the weirdest little soft-spoken kid ever. I was afraid of doing anything at any time. I was in National Honor Society. I was on Quiz Bowl. I was on academic team. I was so worried about just making sure that my grades were good that I didn't care about who I liked. I didn't pay attention to anything like that. So the day I graduated a year early.
Wow.
So when I
That's how
graduated, my
studious you
parents
were.
came in. Yeah. They
focused.
came in and sat down and they were like, we didn't raise no self-hater. So if you don't pay attention to who you are and find somebody that you really, really care about, then we'll be ashamed of you. And at the time, I wasn't ready to come out yet. I wasn't ready to do that. So I myself was like, what are you talking about? And I was in denial myself. It took me all that to actually come out to me. So I guess my coming out story was more to myself, more so than it was to my family. Plus I'm Irish Catholic. So we had plenty of siblings that already had kids and stuff. So my parents were not worried about me carrying on the name. So.
And it's not like you can't carry on the name.
Well, I mean, yeah, but kids scare the hell out of me. So.
And to each their own, to each their own. But if you did want to have kids, you can, baby. Anybody else want to share their coming out story?
Sure. So I grew up in Christianity, so I was pretty much apostolic growing up. It was a little difficult for me due to the fact that my mom was into the church. Oh, everything is pretty much you're going to go to hell.
To hell if you did anything
If
bad.
you did anything bad. So it was a mind of me. At kindergarten playing house, I didn't want to be mom. I want to be dad. So I was more of a mental of a guy. My body didn't like it. I was always considered thick, big, chest and all that. So I kind of figured that something was going on and not right. Let's say not right, but more right than wrong, pretty much.
Yeah.
So growing up, it was, like I said, it was a little difficult having a one only mom. Dad was in and out, but other than that, like I said, it's just me feeling like and trapped in the wrong body the whole time. And how do you explain that being a child growing up?
Right.
You can't. Not knowing that maybe I just need to come out more than at a little child than growing up and waiting to come out then.
Right.
Thinking that it's too late right now. Right now I'm thinking okay, it's too late. But me as a lesbian, growing up just liking women, having a mentality of a man, growing up, and me just being trans 2 years ago.
Wow. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Guess.
Okay.
Got
Now I'm asking you questions.
So who was the first person you told?
My mom.
How was that conversation? Because
Well,
as you explained, she was very Christian woman.
being coming out as a lesbian, then it was my mom because I was forced. It was an angry thing.
Oh.
It was like, oh, you know, Mom, you're steady pushing me to be with, you know, like not be with guys, but date men and boys at the time, or whatever. Oh, you know, you go to prom and put on a dress and look like Tu Wong Fu. That's how I would feel in a dress. Tu Wong Fu. I don't know if y'all know that.
Yes.
But that's because my mentality, again, in mind over matter, always was that man in mind. And so coming to her and explaining to her she didn't like it, didn't understand, she still loved me. And then as I got older, I started coming out a little bit more, being a little bit more comfortable. And then, like I said, recently, as a adult, I decided, being married as a lesbian, now a trans man 2 years ago, my wife accepted me and loved me as who I am,
Wow.
not what I am.
Was there
You
a
know.
difference in the family, like accepting a lesbian?
Versus the
Yes.
trans man.
Well, yes. My brother and my mom would always say her, she, my little girl, you'll always be my daughter. That's fine. That's only respect, but the love did not change. And that's what I wanted. I wanted the love. As long as the love is there, you know, my brother, we had one little argument because he didn't understand. And you know, a lot of people that don't understand do what? They judge you.
Yeah.
So sometimes you got to break it down. Break down what the difference is, because we're all set into a group.
Right.
We're all set automatically in different names.
In categories.
And if I could pick a name, I would say, call me me. Not a he, not a she, not a her, me. Because I am me. And that's what I am right now. I am comfortable when I am. I'm able to lose more weight than I usually do. You know, I just got my chest done, top surgery. As a trans man, everybody that's a trans man wants that. That's one main part that we want. You know, that's a big major part because that is hard to do.
Yeah.
But to answer your story, it was a little, as far as my family. Now, when it comes to society,
Oh, no, we're going to have to get into society.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're hearing about coming out stories. So we've got a couple more people on the couch who are going to share. So you stay right there. Welcome back to the Nightcap. If you didn't know, it's Pride Month, baby, and I've got friends here who are sharing their coming out story. We've got KB, Makaya, DJ Twerksome, and Travis. We heard from Travis and DJ Twerksome. And now, Makaya, if you don't mind sharing your coming out story.
Of course, yeah. So as I said before, I am bisexual. That's what I consider myself. My coming out story actually happened recently, which makes this entire thing so interesting.
Right.
And actually only one person knows.
Are you only one person?
Only
that's
one person of my family
Oh, okay.
knows.
The rest of the family about to find
They're
out.
about to find out, and
Wow.
it is what it is, you know.
Okay.
I'm known in my family to be the one that just does whatever I want to do, regardless of what the stereotypes are, regardless of what anyone says. You know, I'm an only child. I moved out to Houston 3 years ago by myself. My entire family is still back home, you know, so it's like that was a big jump for me. And so I feel like if I can do that, I can like do anything, and I can let anybody know how I feel and how I want to live my life.
So how was it sharing it with that one family member?
So I shared it with my mom, and she is, just to piggyback off of DJ Twerksome, I do come from a Christian family, you know, so growing up in church, singing in the choir, my grandmother played the piano, my mom also sings, so we all were in church together, you know, so they look down on the LGBTQ community. They don't even, it's nowhere in the conversation. If I go home and we talk, we don't even talk about it, you know.
Wow.
They have tunnel vision. And if you're not living the lifestyle that they feel that you should, it is not talked about, and it's just kind of swept under the rug, you know? So
Can't be easy.
they are expecting me to one day grow up, have a family with a husband and kids, but that may not happen. You know, and I feel like that should still be celebrated. I should still be celebrated if I decided to have a family with a woman.
Absolutely.
Love is love.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
KB, how was your story?
It was brief. We're gonna run through it real quick. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay,
I ain't gonna hold you.
Give it to me.
So my mom actually found a letter inside my laundry. Don't judge me, judge somebody else. My mom was still doing my laundry at 15. And it was a letter. So she came in the room, was like, what is this? What is this? And I was like, that's my friend. And she was like, you be lickety lickety? And I was like, I mean, we ain't there yet.
Lickety lickety?
Yeah. She was like,
my
lickety
God.
lickety. But my mom also wrote XXX books in high school. So like
Oh.
sex in my family is not
Taboo.
at all whatsoever.
Good.
So she gave some really good advice. Towards the end of it, it was the school actually that had the most problem.
Wow.
And I think I don't know if it was racially motivated, but because we were on the two opposite sides of the street, my friends were like, grab her hand, walk through the school. Doesn't matter, it's okay, it's okay. And here my stupid self holding her hand, walking through the school erupted.
Oof.
So now I'm inside of a coach's office with the, hey bud, you shouldn't be doing that. Mind you, she was a coach with another
I was
coach.
gonna say.
With the wife coach
yeah.
that don't coach
Sound like-
nothing, but we call coach, telling me how hard it is to be a lesbian. And I was like, it's okay. I mean, so
It's like you're making it harder by continuing this.
to me, I feel like coach knew exactly who I was. I think that the school was trying to change like the mentality on it because we were the first lesbian couple to come out in 1999. Don't judge my age. But 1999, like it just, and so yeah.
So it was much easier at home than it was at
Oh,
school.
100%.
Wow.
Then getting out into the real world. And then once I went off to college, it became like a popular thing.
Oh.
I was in the brink of that in that 2000, 2001 stage where it was like, we can kiss and you're not still a lesbian. Like I can still be straight because I'm drunk.
I'm cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It was
hold
like
up.
that. It was like that stage. So it was like they weren't really coming out because they were straight women. But it was like,
They were
oh, I'm
just
drunk.
curious, right?
I'm drunk and we're making out and messing
Creepy.
around. So it was
Yeah.
one of those type of things. So I will say this, 2000s, 2001 coming out was, I feel like a lot easier than it was 60s and 70s,
Wow. Yeah.
those time frames. So thankful I was born in this time frame. Extremely thankful.
All right. Well, the conversation continues when we get back, so you stay right there. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been talking about coming out with my friends KB, Micaiah, DJ Twerk Summit, and Travis. We've heard your coming out stories, but a lot of people at home are probably struggling or know someone who's probably struggling with coming out. So do you guys have any advice for someone who's dealing with their sexual orientation, coming to and realizing who they are, and maybe want to tell someone but don't know how to begin?
Do it on your time. Literally, that's the number one thing is like tell somebody. Like that's going to be the easiest thing. Tell somebody that's insignificant. You don't give a crap about like just literally. I don't care if you're like pulling up on the side of the road and like this little homeless guy's coming up and asking for a quarter. Give him a quarter and be like, you know what? I'm gay. So it's just going to be easier every time you say it.
Right.
Every
that
single
first
time you say
will-
it.
A
Yeah.
little weight will come off, right?
And then once you do that, then it'll come easier for the ones that you care about to tell. The more you explain and break it down once again, the more they may understand. Again, the more they don't know, the more ignorant they are.
Right.
True. And I also live life like, people are going to talk regardless. And it's more so of give them something to talk about. And if that's you being happy with your lifestyle,
At least they know.
at least they know.
Yep.
Yeah.
I ain't never cared. I ain't never
Oh,
cared.
you
I've
ain't never
always
cared, okay.
lived unapologetically. Everybody's always known that from the time that I did come out at 15 years old. I've been the exact same way the entire time. So if there's anybody who is listening to me, stand in your truth, 10 toes down, 2 peas in a bucket. Let's go.
Period, point, end of story. But you guys make it sound so easy.
It really
Just
is.
being who you
It
are.
is.
It's a
Actually,
mentality.
that
It's a
easy.
mentality, and to me, a
Well, I
mentality.
had some come to me just because of the going from being a lesbian to going to trans.
Yeah.
You know, we have some that are still like trying to figure out how to come out as knowing that they want to be trans, and that's hard.
Harder.
I can
Harder
only
because
imagine.
I get people that come in. I love that you come out. I love that you came out. I love that you were able to express your truth. How did you? I explain to some how to do it and help. And I am the person that they come to sometimes to express when they come out for that. And then once they come out to me, they're able to come out to whoever they're.
Because
ready
how
to
long
come out.
did you live as a lesbian before you just
Girl,
identified as a trans man?
Since I was born. So probably about 36 years.
Oh,
Wow.
37 years. I'm just gonna be honest, 37 years because when I was five years old, I was trying to, mac on girls and knew that what I liked and what I didn't like. You know, oh, she's fine. In kindergarten, I had 3 girlfriends.
Yeah.
Wow.
Different nationalities.
You always know.
You always
that's
know.
right
Come
there.
on,
Back
Like,
then, at least.
You don't have a
Yeah.
choice in that
Boy,
matter, and it's not anything of like you seeing anything. It's just your body's honestly telling you like this is what I like. This is what I'm interested in and stuff.
Yeah. It's
For me, it was a
it's-
tad bit different. I was a basketball player, and I ended up with a personal trainer from the Houston Comets team. And so through that, I got to go to a lot of games, be in the back part,
See,
go to dinners with
experience.
them.
Yep.
And so to me, like I was there when, and I don't know if I can say this on TV, but when the Kim Parade, Cynthia Cooper thing happened, I was at that party when that kicked off. So to me, I equivalated being a basketball star with almost being a lesbian. So it was like, it was already cool
Yep.
because they were doing
more
it and I could
experiences.
see them do it.
Right.
And
And
they
they're
were-
public figures, right?
Right.
And everybody looked up to them.
Yep.
So to me, it wasn't so cliche when it was time for me to come out. It was more or less,
Right.
like I said, I think on the racial side, because it was a predominantly white school and I was a black girl basketball star from the other side of the tracks. I
And
think
see,
mine
you
was
said
more along
looking
that
up.
line.
You said looking up to someone.
Yeah,
I
I
am
did.
a big DJ in the community, and a lot of people look up to me. And I didn't realize it until more recently as a trans. No one knew that. And just coming and seeing that me coming out, I showed my story from top surgery. I showed my story from my wife helping me out on taking my
Very
bandages off.
prolific.
It was a lot. It was on my TikTok.
Very prolific.
So honestly, like we kind of have it easy because
Yeah, I
all of
think so.
us have our tribe.
yes.
Like we all work in kind of like
Right.
the
So
industry
is
where
it
we
important
have
to
people
find
around.
a tribe before
It-
coming out?
that's honestly I think what it is
Me too.
because
Yeah.
and coming out will show you that like however many friends you lose is going to be the best part about it because the
entire
more
situation.
people that
Yes.
you lose the more
Replace.
people are going to find you.
gonna-
You
And
don't
we're
have to
more-
find
and we're
them.
more like
They're gonna
family.
find
Yeah.
you.
They're
gonna
going to come and
replace-
support.
And
They're
those are
gonna
the
come
people
and
that are
show
going to
up,
literally
show up.
make you realize who
That's
you
it.
are.
And
Because
they
that's the
replace
thing, like,
family.
literally, I come from
Exactly.
backwoods West Virginia, and look
Exactly.
at where I'm at
Yeah.
now, and
I come from
especially
Indiana.
like
I'm from
the
Indiana.
crowds that I run in, the bars that I work in, like
Yeah.
that sort of thing. It's completely a totally different vibe and different aspect of life. And the reason that I found that was because I was smart enough to leave. I was
That
smart
part.
enough to know that like
Step
this
out.
is not
There
for
you go.
me.
Yeah.
There you go.
Go where you're accepted.
And I feel like that's the
celebrate
coming
it.
out thing is finding
That
who
part.
you need.
Yep.
That part.
Because we're all of a certain age at this point. We're not like babies that are coming out at
And we
18
also
years
too built
old
these
and, like, we
families.
did- yeah.
We built these families to where like
Yep.
no matter what somebody is going through, young, old, X, Y, and Z, like for some reason in the masses of being down and where we work at
Mm-hmm.
and being able to be around each other, it's more like a family
They
base.
call me
Family.
pops. They call me uncle.
Yeah, so
I
like,
have people.
You
in the
don't have to
community that
rely
look
on
up
your
to
family
me.
not accepting you
straight
because we're going to
people.
accept
Because
you
you have
for
queer
exactly
family
who
that
you
will
are.
celebrate
Yep.
you, welcome
Straight
you.
people
It's
too.
even straight
Yep.
people. It's
Yep.
not even
Straight
just like
people,
a
yep.
gay atmosphere. It's more
Yeah.
like the nightlife atmosphere because
Yeah.
people see
Period.
us
Yeah.
in that light.
Yeah.
So we have a huge like we can go anywhere. We can go
Yeah.
from a gay bar to a straight bar
they
and
know
literally
really
like we get
recognize.
hired
Yeah.
by these bars as
Yes.
well
Yeah.
to go in and because they love our energy,
Yep.
they love
Energy.
like we want people to
Talent.
have a good time.
Yep.
Exactly. Talent. Like
Talent.
that's
Yeah.
honestly what it is.
Talent.
Like talent crosses all boundaries.
Agreed.
So yeah, I think
love
that's
it.
what it is.
Amazing.
Yeah, welcome to the other side. I'm
Welcome
telling
to the
you,
other
baby
side.
step.
And you stay
Yes.
right there because we'll be right back on the other side of that break. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been celebrating Pride Month, baby, by talking about coming out. But I'm behind the bar now with my girl, Demma, and we're here to do what?
Oh, back
that glass up.
Are you thirsty, baby? You thirsty?
You're making
It's gonna be called the Henny Island. So
Okay.
we're gonna start
with
with about an ounce of the Malibu.
which pre-measured for me because your girl doesn't know what she's doing. Okay.
Alrighty, and then half an ounce of the blue. Oh, well, we'll do the blue carousel at the bottom of the glass though.
The bottom of the glass.
So this is gonna go right down at the bottom.
I done
to
already messed up,
start.
folks. I done already messed up. I'm gonna hope it sinks. You know what?
That should still be good. Yeah,
You
there
know
we
what?
go.
It's gonna work.
And then we're gonna do the pineapple juice. That's gonna be 3 ounces of that.
3 ounces. Ooh, the colors. I love the colors.
And then we're gonna do about a ½ ounce of the lime juice as well. That's gonna
Actually,
be
y'all
nice.
see how badly I messed up? I'm building it in the glass.
But look how good it looks.
I mean, it still
though.
looks good.
I mean, it looks amazing.
I mean, don't even pay attention to me at this point, folks, because I don't know what I'm doing. I was supposed to be putting it in here.
Alrighty.
I missed the whole shaking bit, you know.
But the presentation looks amazing.
Listen, so Dema, they can find you at Mary's After Dark. Would y'all hire me? Or am I fired on the spot after this? Look, oh my goodness.
And then the best part, we put the Henny on top. It's gonna be 3/4.
Okay. All right, well, listen. It's literally gonna be Henny, lemon, pineapple, blue curacao, and Malibu at the bottom for me.
There we go.
All right, what's the recipe? Let's put up the recipe so people don't see how I'm messing up. Okay. All right, well, everybody's here. Listen, it may look ugly, but hey, cheers. Actually, no, it looks beautiful. Thank y'all so much for sharing your stories. I appreciate it. And happy Pride, baby. Happy Pride. And cheers to y'all. Y'all have a good night. And hey, if you want to come out on your own time. And you find your community. They'll be there.